Hey everybody, welcome back. So I feel like it's been a really long time since the last time I did like a life update. Things are starting to slow down. I'm recording this September 24th, so a lot of my like summer activities are done. So I can finally like slow down and get back into like my regular life. And there's actually going to be some updates, some financial updates. So things are changing within my monthly budget. So let's go ahead and get into it. By the way, if you're new to the channel, I make financial videos all the time. I talk about budgeting, saving, investing, anything like personal finance related. I make videos about that. So if you enjoy that type of content, make sure you subscribe. It is time for me to renew the lease to my beautiful apartment. If you've seen other videos, you know that this has been my favorite apartment that I've ever lived in, and I absolutely love it. My lease ends in October. Yeah, October, the end of October. So it is time for me to renew. So every time I do like a budgeting video, I tell y'all about my rent. So currently my base rent, like this is just base, it's not utilities, it's not the amenities, it's not anything like that, but base rent is $1,826, so $1,826. For some context, I live in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom corner, like in-unit apartment. It's a slightly under 1,200 square feet, and the base rent is $1,826. Now, when I moved in here, my last apartment was significantly cheaper, but they were increasing my rent by like $300 if I chose to stay. And there was just multiple things that I didn't like about it, and I wanted something different. Especially like I'd been there for over 3 years and nothing has changed, but y'all want to increase my rent like this? It was the principle of the matter for me. So I decided to move, and at the time, like everything was expensive, and for the price that I would pay to get a 1-bedroom, like 1-bedrooms were like $16 ish $100, and I was like, for that I may as well just get a 2-bedroom. So that's why I picked this place, and I love it. And I got a letter. They notified me like, hey, it's time to renew, and they want me to renew at $2,033, which is a $207 increase. But wait, there's more. They also updated the apartments, and without anyone asking for it, without like, it's not like they sent around a survey and was like, do you want upgrades to your apartment, opt in or opt out? Like they just came and basically turned all of the apartments into smart apartments, and by that they gave us like smart locks for our front doors. Certain lights in my apartment are now smart lights, so I can like turn them on with an app, and like a couple of other like more minor things. So they did that, and they didn't give people the option to be like, I don't want this. But now that's like an additional $75 a month. And the way they did it was like, they did this a couple months ago, or a few months ago at this point, and they were like, you don't have to pay for it now, but when you renew, we'll make you start paying for this. So if I stay, which spoiler alert, I am staying, but that's an additional $75. So my rent is going up by $282. Let's just go ahead and round that up to 300. I think when I moved in, I told myself that like, I don't want to pay more than $2,000 a month for this. And when they told me like how much my rent would be going up, I was like, So I looked around, and honestly, for this layout and like 2 bedrooms and everything, this was like the cheapest that I could find. Like I looked in other places that were like comparable with the floor plan, the type of apartment, like the amenities and everything, and it was the cheapest. I looked into like townhome options, and those were even more expensive. I also just looked in my like current apartment complex, and I thought that it was very strange that if I moved like one floor below me, they were offering literally like the apartment under me, they were offering it for like $18.50. And I called and I was like how are you like how are you justifying charging me $200 more when literally the apartment below me you're offering it for $18.50? And they were like, well, at the time that we sent out your lease renewal letter, that was the market rate, and the market rate changes every day, and we can't change what we told you was your market rate the day that we sent out your letter. And I was like capitalism. Like I was like so upset. And literally the next day they increased the apartment below me to like $19.50. So instead of just being like, yeah, you're right, we'll like lower your renewal offer, they just went ahead and increased the one below me. And then also I went like back and forth with them a lot because there was a bunch of issues. They were trying to do like an early bird special, but then the computer system to like, for me to say, yes, I want to keep living here, like that computer site was down. So the whole process of me trying to renew my lease was like a 1 month back and forth, like calling them, emailing them, trying to get things settled. And because it was like such a big ordeal, they ended up giving me a $500 concession off my first month for when I renew. So that'll happen in November. I'll have a $500 concession off the price of my rent, which is cool. But I mean, my rent overall is still going up. So that's like the first financial update. And then the second big one is, this isn't just happening to me, it's happening to millions of us. Student loans. I'll have to start paying those in October. Also, if you don't know, we have to start paying in October, but they started accruing interest again in September. So I don't know the last time you looked at your student loans. I made a video a little while ago about like student loan updates, and your like provider or the people who own your loan may have changed. So make sure you're up to date with those things. But yeah, I'll have to start paying those in October. And when I looked, it said that I'll have to start paying like $224. So if we add the new cost of my rent, or the rent increase amount, and the $224 a month for student loans, I will now be paying an additional $506 a month. Where are those $506 going to come from? That's my thing. My like salary has not increased, so I'll just have to go without. I've also, I'm saving for a house, and my saving for the house pretty much stopped in the summer because I had to cash flow all the trips that I did this summer. I had an amazing time on all my trips, so I regret nothing. So I've also started saving for the house again. So I'm saving currently like $1,200 a month, which I hadn't been doing in a long time, because even before I was cash flowing my trips, I was paying off a credit card in the first quarter of this year. So yeah, so I'm saving for the house like $1,200 a month, and then now an additional $500 a month for the student loans and the increase in my rent. So I'm just like, I've been kind of like stressed thinking about finances recently, just because it's like, and I don't know, it's like, it's weird because, if you've seen my other videos, like I wouldn't think that I'd still be like stressed and have anxiety around finances at this point, but I do. And I don't know, I've just been thinking about like ways to make more money, and also thinking about like with me wanting to own a home prices have not been going down, and interest rates are getting like even higher, like 8% I think they're at right now. And with my area, that's just not really feasible for like a standard home size. So I don't know, I've just been thinking about like other creative ways to still like own property, but may not be like the more traditional way. So I've been thinking of like buying smaller properties or something like that. I don't know. Like I've just been trying to be creative. So in future videos, I think I'll talk more about like what I'm thinking about. And yeah, just I think that in the past I've been very focused on trimming my expenses as much as possible. So, you know, like way back when I paid off my car in a year, I did that because I cut out like all unnecessary spending. So I think that and even like back at the beginning of this year when I was paying off my credit card debt, I did that by living way smaller than my means, like living beneath my means. So I think that I have, like, humbly speaking, I think that I've mastered the art of cutting expenses as much as possible. Like I'm very good at looking at a spreadsheet or looking at my bank account or my like bank statement and saying, I can cut that out, I can cut that out, I can cut that out. I think, and that's great. Like I think that all of us should get better at that. But at the same time, there's only so much that you can cut out. And then on the flip side, there's really no limit to how much money you can make. So I think that since I know how to cut things out, I think I'm gonna start focusing on how can I make more money, basically. So yeah, I think I'll be talking about that in future videos. But yeah, that is my financial life update. I'm gonna start, going back and doing my paycheck routine videos. Those will start coming out more regularly. I've also been reading a lot of financial books recently. So let me know if you would ever want like a book club, book review type videos of me going over the things that I've been reading and like my biggest takeaways and inspirations from those books. So let me know if you enjoy seeing content like that. But otherwise, hope you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Leave some comments down below. Again, make sure you're subscribed if you're not already subscribed so you can see more content like this. And I'll see you next time.